I mean, it's a really difficult decision. Like, I moved to Bristol 7 years ago, just aiming to play for the team and play at the highest level of basketball possible. And then obviously during these years, we've just continued to progress, moving from NBL 1 to BBL. And it's just been like a huge part of my life. Like every week putting on that jersey is just something like anybody that knows me and any of the fans know how much I don't take that for granted. So to make the decision to not play next year, I don't know if it's sunk in yet, but it's something I feel it's the right time to do it. But it was a really difficult decision. I sat down with Andreas, coach, a couple of times, said that's what I was kind of thinking about. And he told me to take a bit more time, have a think about it. He always said that I'm welcome and just to be part of the club. And then a couple of weeks ago, we sat down again. I said, I think it's a really good time for me to sort of move on to sort of the next phase of my life. And he agreed with me, and we'll just move on from there. So it's going to be difficult. It feels really strange at the moment, but I'm excited about the future, and I know the club's in good hands.
As you mentioned, you spent 7 years with the Flyers, the last 4 of those seasons playing in the BBL. Why did you feel like now was the right time for you to take a step back?
Yeah, I just think that I put in 7 hard years, and I always really wanted to end playing for the Flyers, just winning a title, a BBL trophy, cup, or the league. But I just have a lot of other commitments outside of them, outside the club as well. So like I said, when I first come here, it was just all about basketball, but now I've had opportunities to be part of the Bristol community, working in Bristol Metropolitan School, coaching in other academies, and all these things take a lot of time and commitment, and I enjoy all of them. And I think to play for the BBL, it has to be 100% commitment all the time, and that's maybe not something that I can give anymore. So coming off one of the best seasons, the best season that the Flyers have now, it feels like a really good time. We've got so much talent coming in, some great signings already for next year. I know the club's in good hands. I feel like I've done my bit, and myself and people like Greg have done our bit to get to the club here. And now we're going to watch from the sort of the sidelines just to see where everybody else takes it. But even coming over here now, thinking about some of my favourite games and some of the favourite moments, it's going to be really strange to leave in the past, but it feels like the right time to do it.
Talk about some of your favourite moments playing with the first team. What stands out for you as the highlight?
Do you know, my favourite game was when we was in the last year in NBL 1 and we played against Surrey, and they come to us because they've been talking about maybe going to BBL for a couple of years. And me and the guys were always unsure what level we were going to be at, whether we were going to be quite at BBL level. And then I remember they come here and we beat them on our home floor. It was just like, it was such a good game. And then we knew we were ready for the BBL and the challenges to come ahead. And then even the first weekend when we went to the BBL as well, and we played Plymouth at home and I think Glasgow on the road, and we went 2 for 2 on those games. And I remember we were so happy that, like a lot of British guys as well, we made our mark, we made our statement that we can play on this level, and like through all the hard work and commitment and teamwork, like we knew we were ready to make an impact in the BBL, and I think they're some of my proudest moments for sure.
But it's not going to be the end of your playing career, because you are still going to be involved with the club. You've revealed that you'll be playing for Flyers 2, who last season earned promotion into Division 3. How much are you kind of looking forward to that experience and playing alongside those players?
Yeah, it's going to be great. Like I'm a basketball player. Like I play basketball most days of my life. Until I can't physically do it anymore, I think I'll always play. So I always knew that there'll be a time where I'll step away from the Flyers at the BBL level. I hope really, my goal now is to try and move them up into Division 2 and Division 1. So we can then, Bristol really will have one of the top clubs in the country, because a lot of young guys can develop in that scenario. And I'd love to be someone that that gets the team up to that level then. So eventually a lot more young players can go through and progress, maybe get a year or 2 in NBL 1 and then eventually be BBL players and have chances to get scholarships in America.
Just finally, fast forward a couple of months from now, opening night in the BBL against London City Royals. I imagine that's going to be quite a surreal experience for you, having to watch that game from the sidelines.
Yeah, I love like opening night. I love the Team USA game. Like, they're some of my favourite games, because it's just, you work hard all summer to be ready and be in shape, and that moment starts. It's going to be really difficult for me. I don't know if I'll be there to be able to watch. I might have to watch just the updates on Twitter, but I'm really going to miss playing for the club. Like, even though I feel like it's the right time to step away, like I think it's still going to hurt me not being part of it. It's going to be difficult when they play like the Plymouth games, like the rivalry games. They're often, obviously really great games all the time. I'm going to miss being around coach. I'm going to miss a lot of my teammates. But at the same time, it's just been such an awesome 7 years here. Like I really, truly feel lucky to be part of it. I think there's a lot of people often complain about where Bristol British basketball is, and there's a lot of stuff in the news at the moment, but I always felt really honoured to be part of it. and helps and do great things with the basketball court and just have awesome teammates, and then just and get all the opportunities that come with it. I felt really lucky to be part of it, so I will miss it. It will be tough on opening night, but I feel like it's the right thing to do.